Yeah.
Bro, I even went into the corner shop just to see what my man's reaction would be. Bearing in mind, yeah.
Walked in, didn't buy nothing, just like...
Yeah, just looked around, like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, bearing in mind, this suit was a new look, bro.
Yeah.
This suit was a new look. But I felt like the man, like, in my shoes, giving me bunions, like, but I felt like the man, like...
Yo, this is Tracksuits and Ties, and I am Mr. B, who is joined by...
Easy M, you already know what time it is.
Moe Paly, you already know what time it is.
Wow. Copying my whole flow? How does Soulja Boy do it?
Copy my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Copy my bar
for bar,
word for word, bar for bar.
Moe Paly! Paly! Yeah, and we're back, as always, trying to give you the best content possible. How have you been, Malcolm?
Yeah, I've been not too bad, man. Not too bad, bro. It's just normal stuff, man. Popped my tyre the other day. I popped my tyre the other day. I popped my V. No, popped my tyre. Yeah, man. Struggled to get some gas, struggled to get some fuel. This last week's been.
Oh, you went on a panic biting, yeah?
What about you, man? What you been saying?
It's actually the worst, isn't it? Like, having a car is actually one of the most
It's grueling,
expensive.
isn't it?
Bruv, my dad's always said it. It's literally like...
On the baby.
Oh, no, it's like looking after a family, bro.
Yeah.
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't get any cheaper.
You see the ladies, see that lady double bagging.
Oh, the petrol.
Yeah, she was double bagging it. It's so mad. What's actually happened? Like, what is actually happened? So,
Right.
I know, I have an idea, but I want to get into
All right, so there's actually not a shortage of fuel.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get it out there.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of fuel. There has been an industry crisis amongst all industries, not just the fuel, where there's a lack of... It's probably across Europe, I think, but especially in the UK, there is a shortage of HGV drivers, which means the big trucks. There's big motherfuckers that you know, bring the fuel in. It's more of a logistic problem, which obviously concludes to a knock-on effect. So what's happening is, when there's a logistic problem, everything requires movement of goods.
Of product and that, yeah.
And that is what's really happening. Now, the reason that's happened in the UK is actually not due to Brexit.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Okay, go on.
There we go.
Go on.
I'm sure there is an element of fault due to Brexit and the lack of workers available. But what's actually happened is they have an X amount of people that apply to have a HGV license. Now, due to the pandemic, there was no tests available to do the test to actually get an HGV license.
Okay.
So what's happened is the year and a half of people not being able to get a license. There's obviously been other people that have obviously left the job because there wasn't as much required staff because there was less movement of goods. So they've left their job, started their own business, or just found a new job. So that's actually the root of it. There's actually a shortage of licenses. I think it's like now they've obviously made a new law where they're making the test procedure, because it actually takes a while to get an HGV license. So they've actually cut the procedure of actually getting your license.
Okay. A couple things on that.
Yeah.
I agree with you in terms of there's no shortage. And the only reason there's been an outbreak is because the tabloids leaked it. The government didn't say anything about this. They knew for a while there was a short staff of drivers.
Yeah.
But it's only till BP started complaining about it, and then the tabloids got caught wind of it, then they let the public know and caused this frenzy. They're pricks.
Why would they do that? Go on, sorry.
I don't know. I'm like, why would they?
Why would they leak that? Why would you want to cause hysteria? Why would you?
I thought that's what they do. It's their bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah, like they have to cause some sort of stir in the world.
Now, in regards to when you're saying Brexit didn't have... Look, the way I see it, a lot of these drivers, a lot of them were from Eastern European countries, yeah? And they've left for whatever reason. Mainly, I think, due to Brexit, a lot of them did. Where now you've kind of given clarity is before I was getting up... I was frustrating me because I'm thinking, okay... There's multiple positions now for these drivers.
Yeah.
Are the British not taking these positions?
That's what we want to know.
Because that's what we want to know. Because I heard about the farms, for instance, where farmers are pleading for these temporary visas because they're not finding staff to replace the guys that have just left that were from European backgrounds, innit? So this is for agriculture. We're talking different.
Whilst you're there, find out the HGV process of getting the license. But sorry, go on.
Okay, now, no, like I said, so now you've told me that
Yeah.
it was because of this and not because of that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's giving me some sort of relief, innit? Because I honestly thought people weren't applying for these jobs, innit?
No, I think I remember it was like 100,000 100,000 shortages
Yeah.
of people that usually apply, but they obviously haven't replied because even if they had applied, they couldn't because there was no tests going because of COVID. There was no interaction of people.
Now I'm scared because you said now they've made it shorter, so we're gonna see hella lorry crashes. We're gonna get there. Fucking, we're gonna get these girls. Oopsie. A lot of people just want to play the blame game.
Yeah, they do.
Where
I do want to place blame though on some people that always say that people from particular demographic, they're always taking their jobs. They're always taking their jobs. They can't get no work. There's apparently, supposedly, there's jobs available.
Yeah.
Are you applying?
Right.
Are you applying for your job? Or are you staying on
I'm
benefits?
glad you said that. I literally read this yesterday. Now this is where
I think it's the argument.
this is where the Brexit element does come in. There's 2 million vacancies in the UK right now.
I saw an incredible job to top your John Lewis job. Sorry, waitress. Sorry. A vegetable firm in Lincolnshire is currently advertising a broccoli picker roll for £30 an hour, equivalent to 62,000 a year.
I'm down. Sheesh. Where is it? I'll travel there as well.
Lincolnshire.
that's a cover up, bro. They got a weed farm there, bro. no one's getting paid to pick broccoli like that, bro.
It's crazy. Daily Mail.
5,000 online businesses have opened up in the UK since COVID.
See?
85,000.
Bruv.
Everyone's got their entrepreneurship.
Everyone's an entrepreneur now. Gary V's been getting at people's heads. I honestly blame the protesters for the lack of fuel to.
Oh, them dumb.
Oh, the M25 guys.
Them dumb bitches, man. Shut the fuck up, man.
They do my head in, bro.
Yo, how is no one like dragged them up? By the way, it's funny how they do it in certain places. They ain't gonna do that in Tooting. They're gonna do it on Tooting High Street. They're not gonna do that on Tooting High Street. They get dragged up. Can you imagine?
Oh, bruv. What do they want? Just to save the planet? What do you want? To save the planet?
Give us your figure. Let us know what you want.
To
so you
save
can
the
leave us alone.
planet is what they want.
They want 0%
carbon emissions. Okay, but they do know by causing this standstill, they're causing more harm than good, innit? They do know that. They surely know that.
They're not benefiting from this. They're being pricks deliberately. That's the whole. That's the whole point of the process, and they're doing well in terms of raising awareness. Because when they protest, you know about it.
Fuck all that, bro. They do my head in. To be fair, I hate all this fucking. I hate cyclists. So to be fair, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people to stop driving so they cycle instead, which makes an issue.
One of them is going to run over one day. And
I hate humanitarians,
vegans,
animal lovers.
I'm a bit of an animal lover.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Like,
London Zoo, like it's a bit mad.
Not animal. I just hate those ones that think they're on the same level as humans.
Oh, who's that?
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah, man. It's a survival of the fittest, isn't it? So I believe in that.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a vegan? So I learned this recently, but I didn't actually know. They didn't give me an answer.
Vegan and vegetarian.
No, a vegan and a plant-based.
A pescatarian.
No, I'm literally saying what it is.
Fish.
Yeah, no, we know that, and a vegan obviously is someone that eats nothing that's animal related. And obviously a vegetarian is that doesn't eat any animal things, where they eat cheese and whatnot. But what is a plant-based? What is a plant-based diet person?
A Rastafarian.
Can you Google it, please?
Vegan diets eliminate all animal products, while plant-based diets do not necessarily eliminate animal products.
See?
But focus on eating mostly plants such as fruit.
So what's the name for plant-eating people?
It's a plant-based diet.
Plant-based people.
Dinosaurs.
This is the problem. They're so, you know what? All them Insulate Britain, they're probably all vegans as well, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They probably
They got armpit hair.
Yeah,
all that.
don't shower, like their sweat smells and that.
That's what you better not to get.
But
yeah, so for me is like be a believer in whatever you believe in it. But you don't need to preach it to me, innit?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
That's my thing on religion, on your diet. Yeah, that's my thing. Even,
I just want to see your actions, really. Like, I'm just more like, I just want to like, if you're religious, like, I want to see like I want to see you move religious, innit? Like, I don't want to see you in certain particular restaurants if you're a vegan and ordering food and then telling me you're a vegan. It don't make no sense, but yeah, man.
And they start dressing that certain way as well. That really annoys me as well. So they'll start dressing in like as a vegan person, you just feel it to be more hippery and
You got to dress the part.
Yeah, you got to cut.
Because you embrace whatever you're doing more when you're dressed in that sense.
Okay, I hear you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you're a hippie or a vegan, you got to wear the dungarees and the whatever, like...
and the
you know
ripped
what I mean?
socks and the dirty trainers.
You work in a corporate, both of you, yeah? Working like a corporate industry. You got to wear suits or smart clothing.
Yeah.
How
do you feel like going there and
So
you're
I'm
wearing...
tracksuit.
Yeah, like you're not gonna feel the same. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable going to the car sales room, a car showroom, and there's a guy in a tracksuit trying to sell me a car.
That's one thing I dream about doing. You know,
What?
I actually dream about pulling up to somewhere, in a tracksuit, looking broke.
I'm buying something.
I'm buying something.
That are cool.
I would love to do
But
that.
do you want the guy selling you this product looking like
okay,
that? That's what I'm
right.
saying.
In a tracksuit.
So hence why, like I think every job there is a suitable uniform that goes with it, and you feel a certain way when you're wearing that uniform.
I hear you.
I agree. I think a saying I live by is dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Great saying.
It's debatable. I don't know if it's a great saying.
So I think like if you're in a corporate world and you want to be a CEO for argument's sake, innit? You'd obviously want to dress that way and be respected like you are a CEO. It's like fake it till you make it kind of element to it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if you're dressing up as a CEO in a corporate, you're gonna look like a dickhead.
Everyone's
You're gonna think you're a dickhead. If you
yeah,
try
like
a
bears,
CEO.
like the admin's just looking at you like, why are you doing that?
You coming in a three piece.
Yeah, man's clocking into work. Man's doing shift hours
Yeah, that's
in a 3-piece suit.
man's picking broccoli up.
That's a 3-piece suit, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to be the owner.
That's the biggest like facade I had growing up. Was
you thought suits, yeah.
if you're wearing a suit, you're making bank.
Yeah.
And if you're wearing Dickies and fucking steel toe boots, or a trader basically, you're making like the end of the spec. Like you're making the low of the low, innit?
Yeah, that's the biggest misconception.
It's not the same anymore.
Go on.
Okay, so if we focus on the clothing element, but we actually focus on the physical element of the actual job.
I'm talking about financial element.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. But but you have to obviously weigh up the financial rewards towards the physical
demand.
Yeah, the physical demand. Yeah, and for me personally, I think I would rather have a less physical job that I feel more comfortable and respected in than a job where I'm getting really dirty and it's requiring a lot of physical demand. I've got a lot of my friends that are scaffolders, and they obviously always film and bruv,
they're heavy. Big poles,
bruh,
on their shoulders.
It's mad. Like, I'm like, and they come like they got blisters in their hand.
Yeah,
and you know what? Maybe they're making, let's say, 20 bags more than me. I'm cool with that. I was happy being in a suit on a computer.
But see, that's the thing for me, yeah. Like, because I don't want to be rude, or like maybe someone could tell me, right? But like, you say that, yeah, but you forget about all the mental demand that having a corporate job is. The mental demands are mad. Sometimes I'd rather just not think. Like, you never had that feeling of like, bro, like I just don't want to deal with this shit today. Like, I just don't want to deal with it, and it's just staring at you. I'd rather go in. Sometimes I'd rather just go in, knowing that I have to move this to X, Y, and Z. Do you know what I'm saying? I have to move this from X to Y, and then maybe fix. Obviously, it's obviously a lot more complicated than whatever. But like, say for example, scaffolding. I have to move this pole up to the top, and then maybe repeatedly do that. I'd rather do that sometimes. Just not think. Just know that I have to do this. It's like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It's more straightforward.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's more. I don't want to be like, because obviously there's complexities to everything that you do.
Of course.
Especially if you don't know what it is. But yeah, man,
It just seems easier.
yeah, it just looks easier. But for me, like, sometimes just the mental stress is too much. Like, people, like, you've been responsible for hundreds of people, for example, like, or close to 100 people. I mean, that's a burden. Like, you have to look after them. They're constantly wanting to know you, like, how can you help? How can you solve problems? It's just it's a lot, man. But go on.
I agree with him in that sense where you're saying that these traders have a physical demand, but on the corporate side there's a massive, like you said, mental demand. I remember I don't do your corporate stuff, but I do little bits of, like, let's say admin, where I'll have to send invoices or reply to emails or speak on the phone. That time when I'm sitting in front of the computer and doing all that shit, it gets to me where I'm like, bro, I'd rather be in the van going to do the job, not having someone to like address this email or address this invoice or tell me about this quote or whatever. Because it's just like, no, bro, I'd rather do what I know.
Yeah, it's kind of, you've done the practice. So, for example, in your field, as you know, what you do, it's like you kind of know the basic process on how to fix a particular whatever it may be. Yeah, like I think sometimes the mental aspect of it, you can make mental errors, like way more common than you would, for example, maybe a physical error. I believe, anyways. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think the mental errors that you make, and they have so many repercussions. Like, obviously, you has it in a physical aspect as well, but. Yeah, man. I've definitely, growing up, if I know what I know now in terms of, like, just, I guess, where the corporate versus, I guess, the trade thing, I would have done trade, you know. I think I would have, because the piece that you make, like, and sometimes you just don't have to think. Some mates tell me that they start at 9, finish at 2, they still get paid a full day's work, like, it's bare chilled, like, sometimes I just, like, I do like my job and what I do, like, but at the same time, like, some of the mental aspects of it, I just think, this is long. You got me all, and you have to pretend as well. Like, it's all this pretentious bullshit. I'm just not me. It's just like you have to be fake. Like, you have to act like you know this particular person. And there's always like little catty games going on as well. And people trying to move up the ladder as well. I just rather be with some boys having a banter, like doing the job, all doing it together. But I feel like sometimes in the corporate side, like people are always trying to get a one up on you. Like, I've been told, like, I guess in my life, that like stop being aggressive, or stop being, like, me having like communications with people telling me stop being aggressive, stop being acting like this, and I'm saying I'm not even being like that, but I'm dealing with people that don't look like me, don't come from where I come from, and it's taking a negative impact on myself, innit?
So there's this person who's got a business and he makes shitload of money, and Moe said, I wish he didn't waste his work ethic into what he's doing, right?
But he makes a shit ton of money. What does it? Oh, go on, carry on.
Yeah, but it goes back to the moral question: are we doing it for the money, or are we doing it for what we feel is makes us feel better and feel right? And obviously, he goes on holiday now. He goes on holiday whenever he wants, and then he's like, "Well, actually, Mo, you can explain it better." But you said, "Oh, I wish he put that effort and his work ethic into something." What did you use?
No, the way I saw it was cool. He's doing good money, and like I respect it.
You know that for a fact, yeah?
Well, he's making, from what I know,
he's on holiday, and then he works when he wants, works when he doesn't. He's happy.
From what he tells me, innit?
Yeah.
He's doing all right for himself.
Yeah.
But it's just, my thing is, I see a lot of potential in
what he does,
in his graft and shit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's just, but I just see it as whatever he's doing. I could be wrong, but whatever he's doing, there's a limit to it. But if he goes and goes about that same attitude he's got into something else, maybe then them limits are like stretched, innit? Do you know what I mean?
But then if I ask you this, if I said to you, he does what he does, right? And then he employs some staff and they're able to do more business and it expands even more. Does that, what's the problem in that?
That's the thing where we touched on. I don't. Here's my thing in it, yeah, because I do refrigeration, air conditioning in it. I like doing it. Do I love it? No. Do I have a passion for it? No.
Yeah.
So all the time in the back of my head, I'm always thinking, once I make a certain figure or a certain amount, then I'm gonna transfer over to something else. Okay. And I've always said I wanted to open up a coffee shop or whatever, or like a restaurant, a tapas restaurant, because I feel like I would have more passion in that than what I'm doing. Innit?
Yeah.
So the whole aim for me doing this job is not let me make it the biggest business ever. No, it's just like let me make enough money coming from this business to go invest it into something else that I know I would have more passion in doing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's the whole argument. I'm not saying that he's not making. It's just I never knew if he's got a passion for it or not. But I just feel like with that work ethic and you transferred it over to something else that you got a passion for, then bro, the sky's the limit for you, innit?
Yeah.
But money can be a passion. Definitely. I don't think. Yeah, definitely. I don't. Bro, you don't. I know.
Let's
keep it a buck, bro.
but
Some of the things you do, you wouldn't do that unless the rewards wasn't.
I
great.
agree. But what I know, there's certain stuff that I can do, but I just wouldn't do because that would make me shitload more money.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do because I wouldn't feel. I'm not even talking illegal. I'm just talking like proper graft work that I know I can get way more money than what I'm earning now.
Yeah.
But I just know I wouldn't feel happy doing it.
Legal work.
Yeah. Like let's be honest.
Why, is it the meaning or is it?
I think for me,
you wouldn't want to know as someone that does it, or
okay. So obviously, I do Silverhand, right? And for me,
copy trainers, man.
And for me, Mo asked me, like, why have you never really like done it full time and expanded it? And I know I can. I know there's so many different ways, but I know I can expand that business and make it way more than it actually is now. But I don't want. I'm not proud of it. Like I'm proud of what it does for me, but as an actual business, I'm not proud of it. That I want to be classed as that guy that sells.
I don't want to call you out, but you taught me a valuable lesson one time. You know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and say
why
it.
So why does that affect you then?
Because something I've learned recently.
If that's obviously how you feel.
Yeah, so obviously I don't ever dismiss anyone's hustle. I support it 1,000,000%. Whatever you're doing, do it. It's how it makes you feel. So you know how people say, and it's something I learned recently because it was weird actually. He was like, someone said to me like, do what makes you happy. And then I clocked happiness is actually a feeling, right? And what I mean by that, so when people say, you shouldn't care what other people say, you shouldn't. But if it actually makes you feel better by living a certain life based on the way people react towards you, that's a feeling. If that actually genuinely makes you happy, there's nothing wrong with that. So my point I'm trying to make is back onto what I was saying is I don't want to commit to something 1,000,000% because I know I've got a work ethic that I believe that a lot of people would desire for argument's sake. Yeah. But I want an idea or something that I really believe in. Like my biggest dream.
But is that not based on what other people perceive as good?
What I perceive as good, not other people.
Isn't that as a result of your environment?
No, because
do you think someone from say for a third world background, or not background, just lived in a third world country, for example, would they not love the opportunity to do Silverhand? Would they not think that's the sickest thing ever for the returns, for example?
But for me, so like for me personally, let's put it. So, what like let's say you are a retail worker. Yeah. Nothing wrong with your hustle. I don't mind it, but I would be more excited for you if you owned your own, I don't know, clothing shop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's there's no difference in it. I'd actually be happy if you own it because it's your passion and you're actually doing your own clothes and all that. Yeah. So for me, it's about if you have a passion for it and you genuinely believe, even if it's wrong with what other people think, it's what you think. I genuinely believe that I want to start my own product that I put my
so you want your own kind of idea that no one had like.
Not even no one has. It's just something that I know I want to do in my future. But like he said earlier, you got to have a certain amount of money before you can make certain moves.
Yeah.
And that's something that I believe in. Like, if it means I prefer being in a suit. I hate wearing suits, but I genuinely feel better in a suit than I do in a tracksuit. And that's just literally that's how I feel. There's nothing wrong with it. And
not when your trousers rip on a train, it doesn't. But yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's bare tight. But that I feel more comfortable in a suit. Yeah. As in not more comfortable. I feel a better person.
You feel better, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds bare weird.
I remember the first time I ever walked in it, come in a suit going to work. I walked in it. Yeah, I walked on what's that road going from Collinswood to Tooting? That long when it goes over the bridge past St George's and that. Bro, I felt like everyone was looking at me.
$1 million. Bro,
I even went into the corner shop just to see what my man's reaction would be. Bearing in mind,
walked in, didn't buy nothing, just like
just looked around, you know what I'm saying? Like, bearing in mind, this suit was a new look, bro. This suit was a new look. But I felt like the man, like in my shoes, giving me bunions, like but I feel like the man, like I feel you on that. I do feel you on that. Like you looking good, dressing the part, it works, innit? No, definitely.
And when I'm in my tracksuit, like the way people look at you is mad. It's just like everything though. I think if it's about like the car you drive, the clothes you wear, the restaurants you go to, like if that makes you happy because other people, if other people's opinion makes you happy, there's nothing wrong with that, bro.
Yeah.
But I genuinely believe that
you can't deny you like the feeling when someone else tells you, "Oh, you look good," or
what you sound
like they're praising
when you used to like your job like when you used to tell a girl in the club, oh yeah, man, I used to play for Fulham, like, oh, you used to play for Fulham.
Affirmation.
Got injured and
that's affirmation, validity.
Yeah. No, I hear that. No, 100%.
I never felt good when I'll be seeing a friend I haven't seen in a long time, and then they'll be like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "I do refrigeration, air conditioning." I never felt nice knowing after that.
They asked you.
Then they'll be like to me, "Oh, at my firm, they're hiring for this job if you're interested." Like, so they wouldn't know A, how much money I make, B, if I'm happy, B, if it's what I wanted. They've completely ignored that and just gone the fact that they've made up their own mind that I don't make enough money and I'm not happy. And then I'm not getting at them for it. It's just because they're trying to offer me a job, innit? They obviously care to try to offer me a job.
Would you proudly announce your titles and say it with chest?
What, to people? Yeah. I think I'll spaz up a little bit, maybe, like.
Yeah.
But I would. Like, I would. I'm happy. I'm fairly happy with what I do. Like,
in my industry,
it sounds good, anyways, to people.
Yeah.
Okay.
My thing sounds good to other people.
It's what my thing doesn't. So when I say it, I don't get the reaction. Oh wow! It's like, oh, okay.
But they don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah, but it's not a trendy thing, Michael. It's not like when you see there's certain things that you see trendy on Instagram and stuff like that. Whether it's, I don't know, you're a painter or you're a chef, something to do with art, stuff like that.
You can't really snap a back of a fridge. Yeah, I feel.
But like you're not seeing on Instagram someone creatively fixing a fridge, or it's not popping like that. Do you know what I mean?
No, but they don't know about the P though, because you can be making more P than that.
I know, but it's more now for clout. Do you know what I mean? It's more clout. If your thing sounds clouty,
would you wanna do because obviously you've been in that position. Obviously you were kind of not destined, but meant to work in a I guess a fairly corporate. Would you call that your role? You'll see what you studied in corporate.
Oh, like biomedical science laboratory.
Yeah.
So like more research clinic.
Yeah. Would you have rather gone into? Would you ever think about going into kind of like the corporate world or going into a non? I guess trade sector. You ever thought about? What would that be like?
At the start, yeah, because then I felt like when I told people I studied biomedical science, their reaction was, "Oh wow, you sound smart." Like. So imagine I told people I was a scientist or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That I know would get more of a respect reaction than when tell them, oh yeah, I repair air conditioners and put gas in fridges.
Do you know what the problem is?
Fridges,
do you know what the biggest problem with why it's so important for the job? Because that's 80% of our life, right?
Don't even say that.
No, but unfortunately it is. So what I mean by that is he might be making shitload of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But 80% of that he's known as whatever, he's AMC refrigerator. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. So what you're saying, the money's not going to be seen out of that.
Yeah.
The only time you're going to see the money supposedly is the weekend.
Yeah, when he's out.
And that's where it becomes a problem.
When he's out, drippy Moe, Balenciaga Moe, when he's out.
Come on. And I think that's why for me, do you know what? I think there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good and feeling good and even when you talk about, but I know when I used to have my old job, I used to hesitate on talking what I do, and I'm like, oh,
serious?
Yeah, and I'd be like, oh shit, like, you went uni and you do that? Do you know what I'm saying? But now that I've finished uni and my title was like, oh, okay, your title sounds sick, like, okay, and I manage people as well. I was like, oh shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, you're big, like
take the belt off. Take the belt off.
and I think and when you work with bigger brands as well,
so
when I first started, I was like unknown brands, and they're like, oh no, never heard of that.
My thing's always like they get like not gas, but always
exactly because it's a massive brand and it's a world-known brand. When you talk about the brand and the role you do, bro, you could literally be stacking up shelves. But if you have a nice title and a big brand, like when you spoke about the job opportunity you had earlier, and you mentioned the brand. I knew about, you knew about. I was like, oh shit, bro, that's dope. Big
things.
But he could be a cleaner there for argument's sake. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's weird because people don't. It's so weird that in society we take the entrepreneurship of a Moe, and we dismiss, like we look lesser down upon an employee of a bigger corporation,
innit?
where it's way better to have your own shit, do your own shit and stuff like that. What I was gonna ask you, man, was about like kind of like sort of like, what's your annual leave? Do you even know annual? Not to be disrespectful, like, do you do annual leave in that?
No.
Who's watching this? Yeah, of course we do. We play everything by the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, annual leave, you go on holidays.
But you don't have a set amount. You kind of pick and choose when you.
For myself?
Yeah, for yourself. Yeah.
Oh, that is calm. Oh my days. I was gonna ask like a sort of a random question. I saw it online. Actually, it was a case of, would you rather 50k and have the ability to go on annual leave anytime you want, have not unlimited annual leave, but as much annual leave as you want, or would you earn 100 and you'd have to go on traveling everywhere, or would you rather earn 100k and not have any annual leave?
Especially during this pandemic, so I'll answer this one quickly first. Especially during this pandemic, so when you realize, I'll rather go with the first one, 50k, and let's say you give me 30 days annual leave, I'll take that over the 100k no annual leave.
That's dead.
Because, bro, when you're like,
you're not going you have no annual leave.
No holidays, bro.
Think about the math, bro. You can work 1 year for 100k, then the next year you have it off because technically you're willing to accept 250ks.
Okay, we didn't break it down.
We didn't break it down like that.
Man's playing.
You're trying to take it apart. Yeah. Just a simple one. 100k, no holidays.
We got weekends though, right?
You got weekends, but you got no annual leave. Like you can't actually go on holiday.
That's dead.
That's
dead. Do you know what? Everything's telling me.
You're working to live.
Yeah,
like,
everything's telling me like.
You're living to work, sorry.
Everything's telling me like, rah, take the 100k because it's 100k, innit? But then I imagine like doing that job for like 2-3 years, how exhausted you'd be having not one day to yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in a situation where I'm about to, try to take some leave off, like, and I'm grateful for it. So I can't wait till that, when that Sunday hits and you don't have to go work on the Monday, that shit slaps. That slaps like nothing. Like, no, you don't have to go work the next day. Slaps, bro. But yeah, man.
I genuinely think I'll take the 100 bags.
I've as much as you've praised me for, let's say, having my own business, I've also gone to the fact that I was like, I wish I could be in a position where 5 o'clock hits, I clock out, and I don't have to think about work or anything else like that again. So there's always, with running your own business and working for someone, there's always pros and cons, bro. Always. So it's like, this phone can ring now on a Sunday afternoon.
But it's yours.
It's money. I'm saying it's money.
Yours.
But it's a level of stress that sometimes you don't want for any money. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But a quick question on this one, right? So would you respect more a doctor or someone that owns their own chain of restaurants?
When you're saying respect,
as in which one? If you spoke to me, where the world I come from, right? It's like, oh, you have a restaurant. It could be making millions.
Oh yeah. Oh, you talking about our parents and shit.
Yeah. But even me, like, I think if a girl was like, yeah, I've got what's that, Lola's cupcakes, like that. Oh, I've got Lola's cupcake, and I was like, it's a massive bloody chain. Or she told me I'm a doctor. I'm respecting her more because she's a doctor.
Fuck that.
That's me.
Serious.
Yeah.
I'd be way more bitch if you had a chain of restaurants.
I feel like, especially with the industry that I'm in, when I'm meeting guys who have big industry, like look after chains of restaurants like that, I feel like I can talk to him in a certain way. But what if I, like you said, if I meet a doctor or a teacher, I'm more like,
not teacher, doctor.
Teachers,
let's not go.
Teachers have my respect as well.
No,
but I feel like
definitely not.
This is just based on how I'm talking to them.
Yeah,
I'll feel more inclined.
You feel more relate? You feel like you can relate to the sort of chain restaurant?
I feel I could relate more. The only reason, like I said,
do they come across more normal?
It's not. Look, I'm not talking about I can relate to financially. No way. But it's just like, I feel like with a doctor or aerospace engineer or scientist or something, I feel like there's an academic level that I'm not on his level academically.
Yeah.
So there's a certain way I'll be scared to talk or even open up conversations because I can't relate to him in that manner, innit? Where he's using words like, what's that word that them girls use?
No, I've never heard of it.
I hear you.
Yeah, but with the restaurant owner, he'll still say, fucking hell, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? There's more relatable in his mannerisms and stuff
but
like that.
And that's a sign of that you're intimidated.
And there's no level of like some of these guys. There's no level of intellect. Cool, they've got a lot of restaurants and shit, but they're still like in. Maybe they know how to make money with the restaurant business.
Yeah.
But they probably don't know how to speak to you about fucking the iPhone, how an iPhone works or anything like that. Like so. There's a level of give and take with them, but with a doctor, they intimidate someone who's not.
So what would you? So you'd rather the?
I'll have more of a
the restaurant owner.
I'll have more of relatability and
them.
friendship with a restaurant owner than I would with the doctor, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with Mo, definitely. Like, I even think about just times where I've been in a GP and I'm trying to talk to him about particular things and like I come back to say my dick and my brain's like, whoa, yo,
say
penis right now. Like, this is gonna go mad. Like, don't fuck up, like, kind of thing. Yeah, man.
Have you said your take?
No, I've said it. I think like I genuinely think in different circumstances, if it was a female where I'm trying to get to know her, I would go down the.
Oh, you're doing it for the clunge aspect.
I wouldn't use the word clunge, but yeah, if I was on a more wifey tip or whatever, you'd obviously go for the more serious kind of element of a job that academically required you to reach there. Because for me, business is luck, innit? And like you said, I've met some dumbass people that literally don't know how to read or write, and they're multi-billionaires, bro.
Go, I know.
I want to say it's more risk than luck, bro. I think you're downplaying them when you're saying it's luck.
It's luck
risk
as well, though.
So there's a risk aspect.
Yeah, you take the risk, but then the risk is determined by luck.
Yeah. Well,
Risk is determined by luck.
Of course.
No.
If you're taking a risk and it pays off, that's luck. Because you've taken the chance of potentially failing.
Luck is winning the lottery.
So what if you're making loads of risks and then
You're a lucky person, bro.
No, but you take loads of risk and then one.
You can't say luck, bro. That's a wrong word.
I honestly think risk.
I think there's a word for it, but it's not luck.
Yeah, definitely not luck.
I don't know what it is. But you tell us what it is, guys. We've been Tracksuits and Ties. I've been Mr. B.
Easy. Slash M easy. Brought it back.
Jeez.
Like that. Rat-a-tat-tat. On your
Go on, Mo. Just copy what you said. You do it best.
Moe Paly, a.k.a. Moe Paly. Brought it back. Rat-a-tat-tat. Just like that.
Like, share, subscribe, follow, and let us know what you want to talk about. Boom! Let's go!